Greetings from wherever you're viewing this. If you are hearing the sound of my voice right now, it means that you have enrolled in an online history course at Mountain View College. My name is Dr. Ryan Pettengill, and I will be your professor for this semester. Um, my hope with this video is that we can familiarize you with the guidelines, expectations, and requirements for this class. I'm also hopeful that I can show you a little way around Blackboard, which is going to serve as our online learning management system for the semester. And probably most importantly, I want to go through the syllabus with you so that we can all be on the same page as the semester begins. So, with that being said, I want you to put me on pause if necessary and go download a copy of the syllabus so that you can go through this with me here in the next several minutes. If you have not really had a chance to poke around Blackboard just yet, let me show you how you can get to the syllabus. I'll be toggling back and forth between this lovely image of campus at dusk and Blackboard. So let me do that right now. From the main page, I want you to click on the button that I'm mousing over right here, Start Here. And the first thing that pops up at you would be a copy of the course syllabus. Just in case you're curious, the Start Here page will give you a little bit of background on me, some helpful tips, both general and specific to this class, but this is where you can always get a copy of the syllabus. It just downloads as a Word document file. Okay, so go ahead and download that if you have not yet done so already. We're going to be going through it now. This class is entirely online, meaning that there's no reason for you to come to campus unless you want to meet with me. But all that being said, in a class that's exclusively online, especially in an accelerated semester like the one that we're taking it, communication is absolutely essential. And let me tell you, there's no better way to get a hold of me than email. You're looking at that email address at the top of the syllabus right there. I check that address regularly, and I can tell you that if you get me a message between Monday and Thursday before 3 o'clock, there's a good chance that I respond on the same day. If it's after 3 or if it's on the weekend, it's going to be a little bit slower, but I like to think that I respond to all queries in a reasonable amount of time. I also have an office on the campus of Mountain View. If you were to go inside those doors behind me, you would walk into the west building and go up the stairs. I'm located in W243. You're looking at my office hours that are posted there on the syllabus. If those hours don't work for you, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. Let me know what will work if we need to meet and chat, and I'll do my very best to work around your schedule to accommodate. There is an office phone. The number is 214-860-3618. Please feel free to call me if it's easier to talk directly. Can't guarantee you that I answer, but if I don't, go ahead and leave me a voicemail and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. That is how you get in contact with me. And I can't emphasize this enough. In a class like this, communication really is important because the sooner I know what you need, the more options that I have at my disposal to take care of those needs. Now, what I want to do when it comes to the syllabus is not really go through it line by line, but show you some of the major heavier hitters. Beginning with the fact that this is History 1302. This is your Modern American History Survey. It'll pick up, officially anyway, in 1877. I'm not really all that married to the starting point. I pretty much just refer to it as the late 19th century. But we will get through the early years of the 21st century. So we're going to be covering well over 150 years of American history. Predominantly what we're going to be doing is spending our time in the 20th century. And in case you're curious what we will be covering in here, we're going to do all of the usual suspects. We're going to talk about presidents like Theodore Roosevelt. We're going to talk about presidents like Franklin Roosevelt, John Kennedy. We'll talk about all of those guys. Dwight Eisenhower, Ronald Reagan, We'll talk about World War II. We'll discuss the Civil Rights Movement and Martin Luther King and the people that led it. But generally speaking, what I really like to emphasize in this class would be people that don't always make their way into history textbooks. Individuals like Dolores Yorta, one of the most effective community organizers in American history that got behind campaigns that involved social justice, even at times when it wasn't all that popular to get behind campaigns for social justice. I was trained as a labor historian. And in case you're wondering why you're getting hit over the head week after week with labor and working class history and the rise of unions and the reading of Upton Sinclair's The Jungle, this is the reason why. It also means that the people that matter most to me are people at the grassroots level of American history. Certainly, people like Ronald Reagan matter, but we run the risk of really obscuring American history when you simply leave out huge portions of the population, like the people that I like to prioritize. So that's a little snippet of what we're going to be doing in here. What I'd like to move on with, as far as the syllabus goes, would be your required readings. There are books that you need sooner rather than later. The book that you need right now, today, this instant, that would be Upton Sinclair's The Jungle. I want you to get a copy of that and start reading it. It's available at the bookstore in the student center. It's going for relatively cheap. It's around $10, I believe. If you can find it at Barnes & Noble at half-price books, you can probably pick it up for very, very cheap. I encourage you to do that as long as it's the original unabridged version of it. But the good news about the jungle is you actually have it, even though you don't know that you have it, or may not know that you have it. Let me explain. Go back to Blackboard for just a second. Now I want you to click on the course information button of Blackboard, right over there, right? That is going to take you to this page, and you can see that you got a backup syllabus right here. You can also see a folder called Online Texts, and I want you to click that. You're looking at two PDF files of not only The Jungle that you need to start reading, but also the second supplemental reader, The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Now, if you don't mind reading it on your computer, your phone, your tablet, whatever it is that you crazy kids are carrying around these days, then this is yours, my gift to you, free of charge. Can't save you that much money, but as my dad used to say, that $7 is better in your pocket than it is in somebody else's. In any case, you do have a copy of The Jungle. Start reading it right now. Now, the next most important book, I can't actually give that one to you because it's specifically designed for our class. If you look on Amazon or look in Barnes & Noble, you're not going to find it there either. The only place that you can buy The American Nation by Mark Carnes would be at the Mountain View College bookstore. Now, the good news about The American Nation is it's relatively cheap. Should not be paying much more than about $30 for it. You can find it there at the bookstore. They should have plenty of copies. Lastly, and I already sort of mentioned this, you need a copy of J.D. Salinger's The Catcher in the Rye. Much like The Jungle, it's very widely read, so you shouldn't be paying that much for it. If you want it for free, you have it right now. You don't need it right this instant, but I really wouldn't delay that much if you do want a hard copy version of it. Okay. A lot of the syllabus, when it comes to what reading it, I'm going to leave it up to you on your own time. I don't want to take too much of your time with this lecture. I do want to explain what I think the point of this class is. Okay. Really, I boil this down to 2 points, two reasons why you should be taking this class. Reason number one, it's got everything to do with history. You can't understand where we are right now as a society. You can't understand why events are big deals unless you understand how we got to this moment. You can't understand the present unless you have an understanding of where we came from in the past. And part of the reason that that is so important is because we live in a democratic republic. We vote. We vote for people to represent us in